I finished a bunch of guitars recently, and I just wanted to walk through the 5 of them that I got down here. This is one of the swirls that I did, and I really like the way the purple kind of meshed through here. You know, the orange and the yellow were thicker, and the purple kind of sat, so as I was mixing it around, it left this really crazy coloring. So I decided to leave that. I finished it with this 2K Aerospray clear coat high gloss finish. It's actually 2 parts in this can, and what you do is you puncture the bottom here, shake it up. It's a 2-component catalyzed technology, so it's a really neat way of finishing. I use 2 cans, and each can's about $20, so it's $40 finish, which is actually really expensive. But I wanted to see how this works, so I bought 3 cans. Really like the way this body turned out. Got some really nice deep coloring, you know, outside of the runoff here. Really happy with the way this one turned out, you know, and really happy with the finish. I've got a spray gun, so moving forward, you know, I think I'll go with 2-part finish on these swirls that I can do without, you know, spending the $20 on a can. So this Strat is the 1-piece Strat neck with the reverse headstock that I made. This is a Corinna body that I had, and I've got some lace sensor pickups in here. This swirl didn't come out anywhere near what I had expected. You know, I had a gray base coat, and I dipped it once, and the paint for some reason didn't adhere right, and I was kind of pissed, so I just dipped it again, and I got a really interesting finish. Didn't even put anything on this since this is one shot. You know, it's got a high gloss finish to it already. You know, it's not leveled. I figured since it's my guitar, it's kind of wild looking. You know, I've got a 5-way rotary switch here and a Veritone. Gonna replace this out with a chrome, and I'm gonna put different knobs on, but for, you know, just for me screwing around, this is just something I wanted to play with. The neck is awesome. The lace sensor pickups are awesome. Really happy with the way this guitar turned out. It's got a really silky smooth finish. You know, really happy with the way this guitar plays. It's set up perfectly and really just sounds outstanding. Really a nicely finished guitar here for me. This is that Honey Burst that I had posted a couple weeks ago, and I ended up finishing this with True Oil, and then I took it to the buffer, buffed it out, got it all nice and flat and sanded. Coloring looks outstanding. You know, I've got the really nice dark swirls through it here, dark colors, and as you kind of play around with it, you can see this is darker, this is lighter. Got just a little bit of red from where I dipped the red, and really looks outstanding. You know, I've got a bunch of lights on here, so it's kind of hard to see, but you can really see how cool this guitar body looks. This will be going to eBay here in a little bit. I never really posted a finish up on the Firebird. I kind of finished it and just left it. I thought I was actually going to do a demo on wiring electronics, but I just did it and kind of forgot to film it. Ended up putting some GFS mini humbuckers in here. Got some really thick strings on here. This guitar plays unbelievably solid. Really happy with the way this one turned out, even more so than the Strat. You know, it's got that typical neck through feel. Guitar is just beautiful. Really like that Waterlux finish on this material, on the walnut and on the maple. Really just an outstanding finish, outstanding looking guitar. I'm surprised that the Waterlux didn't harden up a little bit more on the fretboard. I probably could have put another 3 or 4 coats on the fretboard. You know, I think it actually took to the body a little bit better. I think maybe if I had sanded to a higher grit on the fretboard, it might have actually gotten a little bit of a higher sheen. But overall, this guitar is really neat. I like the way that I carved the belly and the arm cutout. You can really see the figure of the wood, and it just has an outstanding look and feel. You know, what I did is I put about 8 coats of Waterlux on this, let it dry for about 3 weeks, and then I ended up taking this to the buffer and I buffed the whole thing out. It's really nice to have that buffer that's in one of my really early videos. Didn't even really put a truss rod cap on here. You don't really even need it, the way with the maple sticking through here. You know, I thought it'd actually ruin it if I put a cap on. Again, these tuners are a little bit weird. Not 100% happy with them. They pinch the strings. I think the strings are a little bit thick, but they tend to kind of bite as you're going down, which I didn't like.